Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? Back in the streets. Today's topic is trauma real or who can check me, bro? Think about it. But what is trauma, right? And the reason why I question it, I believe it's like a go-to. It's like a way out, right? It's the go-to way to get out of something, right? Trauma is something that is very psychological, causes a lot of different things like depression. I guess your body or your mentality is now in a wharf. It's a serious situation, and this word typically is using for great victims or military different situations, right? But I hear it so much. It had nothing to do with raping or military. Every time when you get a person talking about why they divorced or why did they leave their baby daddy, a lot of people come to the rescue and say, "Oh, she has trauma." And this is the way people make excuses for, or I would say they give them an exit plan. Like it's an exit plan. It's a way out of a relationship now without any accountability. What's wrong, boo? It's trauma. And at the end of the day, they was up in there cussing like a sailor in a relationship. Told that bitch ass nigga, your weak ass, broke ass, right? They was up in there getting in it, right? They was getting to it. Yeah, bitch ass, hoe ass nigga. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Who can check me, boo? Who you gonna check me? And she got that phone right in her hand. Ain't no way, right? Ain't no way. But then as soon as the examination goes down of why do you think your relationship failed, or why do you think your marriage failed? And then the go-to word is, I would need to heal from my trauma. Trauma is why my relationship failed. The trauma of the relationship, my partner caused me, right? Caused me to be traumatized. When the real fact is, she was getting it in. She was getting it in. Bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga. That's what she was saying to her. Going through his phone. So we're gonna listen to Tommy. We're gonna listen to Tommy go off here and see what type of results the ladies, or how the ladies view this thing that Tommy was yelling about, right? Tommy was going off on this platform, and man, he went in. So we're going to listen to see and dissect it.
Don't nobody give a about what none of these bitches in. We want to. That's it. I wouldn't ask you. I done so many bitches. I don't even know what their first name is. I don't know your name because that's not what I'm trying to do. But if it gets to the point where I want to have something serious, I'm going to ask questions. It was a shame, Ali, that she didn't understand. I used to love giving that analogy of business. How you going to tell me I should be more strict about where I put my business than where I put my penis? You a idiot. No offense, young lady. I'm just saying a idiot says that. Because if I put my in you and I get HIV, that's going to last with me forever. If I put my name on a signature for a business, I can separate that if it don't go well. As a matter of fact, black women are so backwards. Think about how many black women y'all have heard say this word. They got a baby by you ask, are y'all getting married? Nah, that's a big step. Hold up, bitch. You can get married in Vegas in a drive-thru and get divorced the next damn day. But if I get you pregnant, you stupid, you got 18 years of this motherfucker. And then after that, you got to put him in the world and he could turn into Jeffrey Dahmer. But it makes more sense for you to think about marrying me than reproducing with me. Only black women say stupid shit like that. And only black men listen to stupid shit like that because your mama probably was a stupid like that. And she told you that stupid shit and you thought it was normal.
Last week on Ladies First. go
And
in.
now,
and then-
and now you got a question.
I also have like a comment, I guess you can say. We're having this conversation. Well, you all are having this conversation about body counts. Like realistically, people don't walk around with their body count on their head. So it's like when you're getting to know a person, you having your first date, whatever. If the first question the guy asks me while we're having dinner or whatever we're doing on our first date is, "What's your body count?" I'm, for a lack of better words, I'm going to immediately see that as a red flag because you're worried about the wrong shit. What
No,
are you
you're not.
asking me? What's my for a first date? Yes, you are.
So,
I feel like you need to be. Let's keep the conversation light. Let's keep the conversation casual. Let's sit here, try to get to know each other. Let's see if we can have a conversation. Let's see if we even get along before we want to decide if we want to have a second date or not. But to just blade out, ask a person, "What's your body count?" Then you want to make your own judgment based off of that on a first date perspective. I think that's weird because
He's gonna know
you
eventually.
worried about the wrong shit.
and this is why
But
women.
why would it be
Hey,
weird if he doesn't want to have to deal with a woman with a high body count? He wants to make sure he's not wasting his time. He don't want a woman with a high body count. And the only way it would be weird or offensive is if you have a high body count. There's no problem.
I think that's semantics. I personally, because if you like a person, you're just gonna like that person. Everything doesn't have to be black and
That's
white
not true,
like
but
that.
but based off of your experiences with other men is going to show if you're able to stay and be faithful or not. Regardless of there's no point in him pouring into you if you're not going to stay.
So
What does your
Melanie,
body count have to do with your
stop
other personal
there,
experience of
stop there.
other men?
Melanie,
Huh?
and I got you. Anaya, 1 second. You can go after it. Do you notice how you turn it into relationship talk again? 90% of the relationship we have nowadays is fucking. It's being friends with benefits. It's not about marriage. So you guys keep talking about, oh, if you want to have a relationship with the person and the person is good to you and you're good to the person, I'm trying to fuck. That's what I'm trying to do. Why am I getting the
know your perspective.
Hey, Melanie, stop 1 second. Melanie, I don't care if you cook. I don't care if you clean. I don't care if you are good with pets. You like babies. You help the elderly. If you have a big booty, I'm going. I'm sorry. That's what most men are doing and most women are doing. They will date 90% of these men and then find a sucker and a boring woman to marry. There's most relationships is on a fucking relationship. So why am I going around and saying if she's a good woman, if she's a good cook? Melanie, most of these men are in love with you on the chat. They have no idea who you are. No idea. They see you look good. You have some big titties. You have a fat ass. They don't know if you cook well. They don't know if you clean well. They don't know if you are a good person. They going. So what the fuck are we doing here?
But
That's
it's
a
not.
fact.
But,
It's crazy.
yeah, but that's
crazy.
men's nature though. But if the woman wants a different outcome, it's based on how she's carrying herself. It's not about.
Anaya, if we were trying to go into business, would it be offensive to you if I asked you how many business partners you had before me?
That's a difference.
No, I'm asking you if we were going to business, would that be offensive if I asked you how many business partners? What's more important, your relationship that you end up having with somebody or business?
You know, repeat your question again, so I know I'm not misunderstanding you.
What's more important, the transactional relationship you may have with someone that's business, or the relationship you may possibly spend the rest of your life with that person? What's more important?
The second part, I think. I feel like the second part.
So then why, if you dealing with multiple men, you're not staying loyal to them, you're not listening to them, you're not cooperating with them, you having sex with people you don't even like, why would that be offensive to you if I asked you how many men you dealt with? If you got to me.
Did she say the word offensive?
I think it'd be weird. I think it'd be a little weird because you're worried about the wrong shit.
How can it be? I just asked you again. If the business part wasn't offensive, because I want to know if you've done business before, if you succeeded, if it was poor, if you stayed loyal to your business partner. Why is a man asking you how many body counts you had offensive if who you're having sleep with would be anybody? If it's somebody you love, if it's somebody you having a good time with, if you're having sex with multiple men and your body count is going up, but you're not giving them any commitment, why would that be offensive? I asked you how many men you slept with.
We're not comparing apples and oranges, though.
No, in my
those are two completely different. Those are two completely different.
So Ayana,
those are two completely Anaya. Those are
Anaya.
two completely different
So
things.
y'all
We're talking about business versus somebody's body count. That's so different. Like you can't even compare to both of those things.
It's not two different things.
It's a little
It's
weird
not
to try
because
to compare.
if you're choosing somebody, if you're trying to choose a successful mate, it's the same thing as if you were choosing a successful business partner. Your past performance is an indicator of future performance. So if you're trying to go into business and you want to have a successful business, you're going to pick a partner that's going to be a good partner that has a good past. The same thing with a relationship. In fact, if your goal is marriage has always been more about business than love. So it's absolutely the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. Now, when we're talking about body count, I find it interesting that for a very long time, women would always say that men don't have standards. In fact, they would argue that men will just screw anything, you know. But then when it comes to them, it's like, oh, don't ask about my body count. Well, if you want men to not screw anything, then you want men to have standards. They should be absolutely concerned about your body count.
On the first date?
Yes.
Because that is what I said on the first date.
So let me ask you this question.
So,
let me ask you this question.
A man's standards is linked to her body counts. Is that what you're saying?
It's a big part.
No,
of it.
what I'm saying is a man's standards is based on what he's willing to accept and what he's not willing to accept. Now, if he starts pursuing a woman and he's looking at that woman like, okay, I could probably take you seriously. He wants to know that woman hasn't slept around with everybody.
Nah, I feel like ain't no real man. Ain't no real man. Let's just make that plain clear.
Oh
God. Look at God.
Well, look at that.
I'm talking about to a woman that he's pursuing on a first date or any amount of time is going to ask her.
What's up, sophisticated jerk? Pull up. Let's have this conversation if you have time. I like to just shoot the shit on this. I agree with you. I don't believe trauma can be real, but I believe the way it's used now, it's watered down, and it's basically an excuse giver for people to exit their stupidity or their toxicity, right? It's a better word. So yeah, I agree with you. It's not real in terms of today's use of it, right? It's really who can check me, boo? I can call you a bitch, I can call you a hoe, I'll call you whatever I want, right? And then it all fails, everything happens, goes wrong. Guess what? She's gonna look at the man and blame him and say, I was traumatized because when I call him a bitch ass nigga, he left me or he broke up with me and broke my heart. Or he put hands on me. And this is the way people view this word, right? With a woman, because she's never going to tell the part she played in the emotional distress, right? That she was mouthy, right? That she was with the business, that she was, getting to it, being very, combative, not cooperating, all these things, right? She was doing to sabotage the relationship. But men and women, when it's all said and done, will always give her excuses. When it's all over, she was in a traumatic experience, right? An example of that is Cassie, right? On the P. Diddy trial. Cassie got on stand talking about, oh, he was mean to me. Oh, he put this, he did that, da-da-da. But then all the more information came out, she wanted to get people knocked off too. I need a couple freak offs. I need me a freak off. She was with it. But people, because she walked up there pregnant, right? And was tearing up a little bit, saying she was traumatized by the mean monster of Diddy, even though after all the information came out, that she was with the business, her and the other girl. Oh, well, but it wasn't for Diddy. Oh, then they tried to say, oh, Cassie was young. She was 18, 19, didn't really understand life. She didn't really understand, about these things. People will always make excuses for women. People will always give the women a way out. Because if anything, Cassie should have been charged too. She was just as guilty as Diddy. For whatever that means, she should have been charged too. She would order her own escorts. She was hands-on. Nobody forced her to do it. 11 years, she was with the shits. But in this country, right, Americans will say it was all due to the trauma she was going through while she was, sleepwalking through all this, getting pissed in her mouth and getting 100 dicks ran through her. She was sleepwalking in her trauma. But we do know is who can check me, boo? That's what it was. She was up there getting calling hits out of the motherfucker. She said, if you don't give me that tape, I'm going to delete you. And when I'm done deleting you, I'm going to wake you back up and he's going to delete you. She was with the smoke. She was with it. So, yeah, it is to me, I think the word trauma is abused and used to misguide. What's up, yo? What's up with it? IB Wody? I do believe what we have here today, my boy, Mr. Sophisticated Jerk.
What's good, man?
Yo, man, I was just I'm glad we finally agree on something. We finally I think you're coming around. I think you're coming around a little bit. I mean, I think you do have a little toughness in you. You're not a believe all woman guy, but why would you say trauma is not real?
Yeah, no, with some of this stuff, hell no. When it comes to like manipulation, trauma, kind of like you were saying, now really all it is, it's an excuse. I think women, man, they a lot of them don't like rejection. Because like when you have to face rejection, like men, you gotta self-reflect. Okay. So with them, instead of self-reflecting and, they have to take some accountability or even some of that blame, they gotta create a diagnosis. So that's where the whole, I had trauma, I was manipulated. So they want to shift it back to the guy to take the onus off of them. So now you spot on with that, man. You was cooking.
Yeah, facts. But this is a root to a bigger problem, though, right? Because everything goes back to, and I noticed that when we deal with problems in relationships, and when it's come to, okay, why didn't it work? A lot of it always goes back to the guy, right? And people seem to always want to make excuses for women because they feel like the woman, she's the weaker vessel, and she doesn't know what she's doing, and the man is the leader, and if everything goes wrong, it's his fault. And I believe this is the foundation of pretty much how not only regular people look at it, the courts look at it, and this is what the women capitalize on. They capitalize on this.
But don't you think a little bit? Because I see what you're saying, man. I don't blame men for like somebody else's behavior. But what I do get at men is why the fuck we keep tolerating shit. why we got such little requirements when it comes to females. So that's why I do get on men for that, because I'm one of those, like, I even though it might be tough, I'm one of those you got to walk away type of dudes. So that's why I give men pushback on that type of stuff, because I think that's what's enabling the bad behavior, man. I think we stick around too much.
Well, this is where we have to, I think this is where we have to dissect this, right? Because we're asking men to do the impossible. Or we're holding man to a standard of impracticability.
Because why you say that? Why you say that?
Oh, well, why you was with her, or why did you see the red flag, right? But here's the more realistic part. Everybody you date got red flags. I mean, it's there's nobody you finna meet that's not gonna have something that you're gonna have to be willing to sign up for, at least, and try to work through it. No matter who she is or what background she got, doesn't matter, right? Once again, back to our conversation of probability is what we're shooting here, right? We're shooting the gaps of probability. So when you say to men by nature who are attracted to women, who wants a woman, who value of his economic success means nothing if he can't share it with at least someone he cares about, then when he does, I would say, meet someone that has potential, and then comes to find out 5 years down the line that she switched up or she code switched, then we still blame me. Oh, well, you should have chose better, or you should have saw the red flags, or maybe it was you. And this is where I think the illusion comes in. Men are not God. We don't know. We can't read thoughts and attention. You can only make the probability versus compatibility. That's it, right? Probability is, okay, I know that my woman is always late when I pick her up. No matter if I tell her, right, she's always going to be late, which I deem as a pet peeve. But do I love her enough to go through with it, right? Am I going to get rid of her, dismiss her, and find another woman? Or do I continue to build over that, or try to build through that, right? It's about how much I care about her, how much I've got invested time-wise in her, and what type of, I guess, hope I got for us as a couple. That's what it all comes down to. So now this can be, I want to say, something that's a process. You could go through 20 women, date 20 women, right? And each of these 20 women got a different something, but this particular one, you're compatible with. Like, you guys can work through situations together. You guys can have conversations, and you guys are more in tune. So now here's the question I have for you. Is it better to be with a woman who you learn how to deal with, I would say, conflict resolution, and that's what makes you guys grow closer? Or you're going to deal with a woman who's ready-made, polished, highly educated? So which one would you rather have?
Repeat the choices again.
So the first girl, right? You guys, she's maybe, she works at McDonald's, but
fuck that other option.
She works at McDonald's. She's a shift leader, right? But you guys have a few problems, and you guys work really good together through those problems and through the day you guys get along with. The other woman, right? Highly educated, well polished, going in a good direction of career, right? But you guys can't seem to connect, right? You guys can't seem to get along or agree on a lot of things. Who would you take?
In that case, I'll definitely take the McDonald's chick because you just can't be with somebody that ain't on board. So I agree with you on that. But let me go back to one of the points you was making as far as the chick being late. So in that scenario, what I would do is like, I would let her know like, hey, this is a problem. So, if I'm coming to pick you up, you need to be on time. Then the next time if she does that again, then she's getting dropped till she get it together. So, I mean, that's how I handle that situation. Okay. And to go back before that, when you were talking about, I agree with you, man. There's going to be some issues, but they shouldn't be stepping over major, I say, boundaries or lines that you draw in the sand. And if something happens and it's not that serious, then you address it and stuff, and then they should change that behavior if they like you. But if they keep trying to go across that and pushing the issue, then that's when you got a problem on your hands, and that's when you do have to walk. As tough as it is, man, you gotta step away. And when I'm talking about, when I get on guys about the red flags, because like you said, there's some stuff that you just can't see. So I agree with you on that. But like, I got a lot of partners, they'll hit me up and they'll be like, hey man, so she said this to me. She's comparing me to another guy and she's doing this. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. This is major red flags. And them fools will still go forward. So I think there's a lot of guys like that. So I see what you're saying. It's just like, if you're not going to see certain things until you get later in the relationship, you've been with them for a while, it does get a little harder to walk away. So I agree with you on that. But I'm telling you, I got about 4 or 5 partners that be hit me up. They're like, man, what's your read on this situation? I'll break it all the way down to them. They still, and this is in the early stage of dating, and they still go forward. So that's what I'm saying. Those type of people ignore the red flags. But so I think we got to, like you said, dissect the groups out. So if you're talking about the scenario, somebody presented themselves well, then maybe it's just like they finally had a kid and they bumped heads or something. That I agree with you. Like, you probably need to try to work through that a little bit. But it's like, if it's a major that she's like, nah, I ain't with it, I'm doing what I need to do, then you probably do got to walk in that scenario. But yeah, that'd be one of them cases. You're correct.
So here's the caveat to why us men are losing in a lot of these situations. We have a tendency, I would say, particularly the married men, right? Look out who's already successful in their minds. Other men who in long-term commitments are going in a pretty good direction. They are coming down on other men with a heavy hand, right? On what you should do. Like you said, you gave them advice. They call you, hey, she said this, and you're like, oh, that's a red flag. But they're like, oh, I'm gonna go for it. Because you know why they do that? You know why they don't really listen to your advice? Or maybe they do. Maybe they listen to it, but maybe they compartmentalize it and try to learn to deal with it, right? Because here's the deal, and I'm gonna have to give it to you like this. You're not looking for a fucking good woman who's going to be righteous. You're looking for someone who you care about. That's who people look for. People don't look, do we have expectations and standards? Particularly men, I'm speaking of this round. Do we have expectations, standards of certain things? Yes. Do we have hope for the best suitable mate? Yes. But can you control who you care about? That's the question. If you meet this woman, you've been knowing her, y'all been dating for 6 months or 3 months, and you call, hey, my boy Jerk up. Yo, Jerk, man, she's just, she's late all the time. Every time I pick up, she late. She can't never be. I can tell her, right? And then Jerk like, man, that's flag. And flag on the play. And she's out of there. Put her out the game, right?
Facts. That's my advice right there.
Yeah. And
get up out of there, player.
Yeah, I'm on my way home like, yeah, that nigga Jerk, yeah. But then as soon as I get to her house and she's 40 minutes late, good though. God damn, she got her booty looking a certain way in the sunlight. Her, you know what I'm saying? Her hair glistening. Listen. So now I'm like in my mind, if I walk away from this what else is better out there that I'm going to get this opportunity to indulge with this chick, right? And that's where I have to disagree with you, Jerk.
You know what's better? A chick that would be on motherfucking time, that knew your time was valuable. That would be better.
Yeah, but she might have other things wrong with her though. See, what I'm saying is, yes, you might get a chick who's on time, but you might get a chick who is very condescending. You might get a chick who's very boring, bland. You ask the questions, yeah, I don't know, yeah, right? Yeah, or you might get a chick who talks too damn much, right? She know everything. So all I'm saying is you got to get the chick closest to what you're as a person can deal with and try to bring it home. That's the only thing you can do. There is the vetting, courting don't mean shit.
No, it does, because all it really means is, like you said, the tough thing that men just got to understand is, like you said, there's no perfect method. So you might have to go on multiple dates, and man, like you said, you got to get to the one. Like, nobody's gonna be perfect, but they should have blatantly just be doing certain things. So if like your pet peeve and it's a major thing for you is like somebody being late, man, you can't accept that. You know what I'm saying? So if you got to go through like 7 chicks and get them up out of there, man, that's the tough part, man. And that's where a lot of people just ain't willing to go through that process. And that's why they end up with issues. So like I said, I ain't one of them dudes that be coming out like, oh, every woman I had success with. Nah, man, I told you, I drew my lines in there and I'm like, here's the standards. You either rock with or you don't. Some of them chicks was like, peace out. And I was like, hey, get the fuck out of here then. You know?
Yeah, but you're at a different time too. You're not young. So this is not like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Not like yesterday. You're what, 45?
Yeah, about 46.
Okay. So you're talking about a long time ago, 20 years ago, right? When
man, but the game don't change.
Because you're young and you already had a direction you're going in, so you're able to do that, which is fine. Plus, you look like you pretty handsome guy. You got, so you had a lot of women coming your way, and you had to pick a litter, so to speak, right? Don't look like you ever had a problem with attracting or getting access to these women. It was just when you got access, then you were like, okay, this is my line. Yeah, if you're that guy, if you're that dude that's like that, yes, that is a great formula. You're going to pretty much at a 90% rate get the woman you like. But now let's take the guy who don't have the things you got, which is the majority, right? Who don't have all the looks, right? He doesn't have the mouth. He doesn't have the confidence because he's been rejected so much his whole life, right? Who has a bit of smarts, has a decent lifestyle, right? He's making 52, 53K, you know what I'm saying, with overtime, right? But he has 800 credit score. He's proficient, right? And he's loyal to the soil. Okay, which we're just talking about the average guy, right? Most average dudes ain't the handsome dude with the pick and litter, right? These niggas got to work for every motherfucking conversation for 20 minutes is a lot of work to maintain a woman. This is why a lot of dudes accept being friend zoned. You understand that?
No, I mean, I understand it, but it still ain't the.
Huh?
I said that's still the issue, because even if you think about it, you messing with a chick that she late 50 minutes. That's 50 minutes you could have been in the gym building yourself up.
Yeah, but
so that's what I'm saying. So it's like, man, when you water this stuff down, you still the issue at the end of the day, because you allowing somebody to disrespect your time, and you could have been doing stuff to build yourself up.
But I am building myself up, and along the way,
by what, getting disrespected?
No, I built myself up. I got a job. I'm making 52, 53K. I got 800K. I got my credit 800, right? And 800 credit score can make you look like you make 6 figures. Right? You agree with that?
Oh yeah, no. That's just one aspect, man. You gotta hit multiple areas. That's the issue.
Right, but I'm just making a point of with 800 credit score and 52K a year, I can look very successful. I can have
facts.
I can have Range Rover, 52K. I can have a Range Rover because I got 800 credit score, 0 down, right?
Yeah, but see, the problem with a lot of them guys internally, they don't feel like that. So they might be on some fly shit, but in the inside, that's why that chick is running all over them.
So right. Most men need economic of some form of success to even get in that building with a lot of these women. Have access, period. I'm gonna say 80%. Right? Because remember, the guys who look and all, they're the minorities. Most dudes are average, below looking. Bodies not, everybody don't have the athletic makeup. They can even get a gym all he wants to. He's still gonna have that bad body build, right? Or he's still gonna have, you know what I'm saying, that big ass jug head, right? Right? So some guys, don't matter what the fuck they do, they're just not your top tier percentage.
No, facts. There's some people that got some, but I mean, you still got to work on it. And you gotta shoot to the right league, man. You can't pedestalize the chick. You can't go for the 8, 9, and
so
you pedestalizing that. You worship in the coochie. You bowing down. This
is where you're wrong at, because you can't tell me what I'm attracted to. You can't tell me. How you gonna tell me what I can? Okay, go get a 5 or 6. They don't get my dick up.
But that chick is thinking the same thing. That's that chick that you shoot that shot. She's looking at you like, nigga, break bread, because I'm disgusted.
Listen, when I see that ugly woman, I shut down. I don't want her.
Hey, listen, that ugly chick is motivation. Like, I need to. I'm gonna hit these weights. I'm gonna get crazy shredded.
But I'm gonna lose her anyway, because now when we're gonna have sex, my dick ain't gonna go up.
Nah, dudes ain't gonna have no problem with that.
Oh, believe me. What I'm saying is, there are a lot of beautiful women out here. A lot. I'm saying over 50 million bad bitches, are good looking women, are attractive women, right? So the field is tough, right? On the guy who doesn't have all the attributes. So how he has to try to get in? Economic efficiency. That looks successful. Everything has to fall right for him, right? They need to work together or some sort of networking. Most guys can't meet attractive women unless they're networking. And then once they meet him, then they got to play the long game, right? They got to play the long game. They might not get no coochie for the first 5 years.
But you think they got to do that because of the level that they chasing, or
if they want to build a healthy relationship and have a chance to put somebody with them, to live with them and be healthy, they want a chance, this is what they have to do. Now, they can buy coochie. That ain't shit, but you can't build no whore.
No, I'm saying, do you think they're having issues because they're shooting at the bad chicks that they pedestalizing?
No, they're not necessarily. Well, no.
So you don't think they'll have some success if they got with the 4 and the 5, if they was around that terrain, that territory?
Problem is the 4 and a 5, right? Think she's an 8, 9, 10 on a large scale, because the 4s and the 5s know that the 8, the 7, 8, 9s, 6, 7, 6 to 10s are not giving a lot of guys action of this top caliber, right? They're not. So the 4s, 5s, 3s, 2s are saying, "Hey, I'm your bad bitch. I might not be a bad bitch."
I don't see it, man. These chicks be looking. They be, man. You go outside, man. They be having that look of desperation. These busted chicks. But please, somebody talk to me.
No. You're absolutely wrong. These ugly chicks, these unattractive women, understand their value. They understand the way the bad bitches are. They understand that I may not be able to get the guy I truly want, but some nigga gonna have to go to me, because I know that they're gonna come back. The bad bitch is gonna send them back, right? And this is how they operate. Let me tell you something. The chicks who are not as attractive they have more respect for themselves than the chicks who are bad.
You said more respect.
Like the Michelle Obamas. These women exist, right? These women are you gonna take me out. They're gonna take you the whole. They're worth. See, here's the difference. The bad women, they're for sale. Most of them are for sale, right? They just want it to be the top tier guys, right? Not the bottom tier, because their expectations are so high. The chicks who are lower expectations, they still, right? One of their expectations is, I don't want you to treat me like a hoe, right? That's their power, because they know the bad bitches is hoes. So how do they value this guy? How do they make this guy acquiesce to her? I'm not no hoe. I'm not gonna get this coochie to no one but you. But guess what comes with it, right? So in essence, what we have here, particularly like white houses and Asian houses, a lot of them women run them houses, and they're not beautiful. They're not beautiful because they know, nigga, if you go outside these doors, if you go outside these streets, these bad bitches will drag you. They'll dog walk you. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, believe me, women observe other women. You know, they beef a lot. And they know that bad bitches have egos and they dog walking niggas. Left and right. They make a nigga, okay, you need six figures, 6 inches, right? You got all that. Now they want, nigga, you better have a Rolls Royce. The next is just keeps adding up, right? That list just keeps growing as the time keeps going, right? There's no end to them, right? Because they're on Instagram thinking, well, shit, you need to make this happen for me. So these chicks who are not attractive, they know. Women know. That's why the average guy's in fucking trouble if his desire is to a woman who's attractive. Because most guys, like I said, don't got game, right? They don't make a lot of money. And accessing these really beautiful women is very difficult. So they have to, settle for, the 3s, the 2s, the 1s. And that is, to me, torture. Right? Mm-hmm. That's torture. Right? Because now you got to go home and she got a mouth too. She's still talking her shit. Right? She's still talking shit. Right? She's still going through your phone, nigga. Right? Right? She's still going through your phone. And you still can't tell her she's fat. You can't tell her. You still got to lie to her, right? Because guess what, sophisticated? If you make her unhappy, this ugly chick, she know, nigga, look what's waiting for you. The bad bitch waiting on your ass over there. Hook that chain to your neck and dog walk your ass. She know it. So she tell you, I dare you to go and try to talk to a bitch like Beyonce. I wish you would.
I think, men got to get some confidence. All this shit would go away, man. If they worked on themselves, they got their weather together.
You have to take technology.
Stop pedestalizing these chicks.
Well, you can't tell. Pedestalizing isn't the word. I think you're wrong. I don't think men. I do think some men pedestalize women. But I think
a lot. I'm telling you, a lot of them.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. I think. What's up? I don't know which one it is. That M3.
That's M3. Okay. Yeah, I got to jump in a couple minutes. We about to go live too, man. I just wanted to come chop it up with you and stuff.
Yeah. I think the problem with men, you can't tell a man not to be attracted to women. That's an idiotic statement.
No doubt. I ain't saying that shit. Everybody got eyes. I ain't saying you got to walk around like the daredevil blind and shit.
And when you're attracted, you want it. You want it. And I'm just saying, think about it, especially if you ain't get a lot of it. When you ain't get a lot of it, and when you have a chance to get some of it, a lot of men gonna do whatever it takes.
But see, do most men want to be in a submissive state with women? Yes. I would say no to that. That's why there are a lot of people complaining. They're like, man, I don't want to be in a state where I'm getting taken advantage of. Like you said, she's wasting my time and doing this. So that's why I'm saying, hey, if you don't like the interaction, then you got to reevaluate at that point.
I truly
if not, you got to submit to the coochie. That's what you got to you submit. You know what I'm saying?
They already submit to the coochie, right? They're submitting to the lack thereof of coochie.
They submitting to the coochie. They got that shit. I told you they praying at the altar of vagina, dog. That's what they doing.
No. But this is the one thing I agree with Kevin Samuels, right? A man is only
Kevin Samuels.
this one part.
Sucker.
A man is only faithful as his options. Right? Right? Meaning, if he doesn't have options, nigga, right? His options is very low 0.1. He's going to be faithful. Right? He ain't got no choice, right? Because ain't nobody just going to give. So I don't think it's a problem with the men's part, right? With understanding that if they do find a woman who's not as attractive, but she got some good coochie, oh, he's in that bitch like swimwear. Right? He's finna backstroke. You know what I'm saying? he finna do the hoop. Yeah. Hey, she look fine now. She's the 10, right? So, but this is what I think. This is because I really got to go soon. I don't think any person who's in a marriage past 3 years is happy wife and happy life in it. I don't believe.
You said they are. Are they what?
They are. They are happy wife in it, happy life in it.
No,
And I'm not saying this makes them weak or makes them soft, but I think that that's the only way the marriage or relationship can last. Because, and to the point, and I'm gonna let you give it to you. The reason why I say this is because women are so emotional and deal with their feelings a lot, right? Once you get into a big commitment with them or a marriage, you figure out, right? Because all this investment and all this upfront investment you put in with your time and resources, you're going to have to either, if you stand on her and smash on her, she's going to walk away, right? She's going to quit because all the laws are on her side and all the society is against you, right? And on her side and give her a lot of support. And for it, the only way you guys to truly make it for a nice, healthy, you have to pretty much acquiesce to, her emotions and feelings. Do you agree with that? Happy wife, happy life is prevalent. It's for a marriage or a long commitment to sustain.
I got to give two answers. For most guys, I'll be honest. Yeah, they are going to be under that
give me a number.
Happy wife, happy life structure because majority of them put themselves in a position of, like I said, they pedestalizing. When you step into a situation the right way, because that's where they say you set the vision, the program, whatever. And if you're in that dynamic, which I think is the minimal amount of guys, so I'll say like it's less than 5%, where they set the terms of that. And it's like, hey, man, this is how we're going to operate. You walk if you ain't happy. You keep that door open. So most guys ain't willing to do that. So I agree with you.
Okay. So, yeah. but let's talk about marriage right now, right? Put a ring on it. That's doing you pretty good. Did you put the ring on it or did she put the ring on yours?
No, we didn't even do all the rituals. Like I said, we didn't do none of the doing. Yeah.
No, did you put a ring on it or did she put a ring on your finger?
We didn't do that. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have no rings?
No, we had rings, but we just we put them on ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I mean, not physically, but like, who was the one that purchased the beautiful?
Well, she bought my ring and I bought hers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who paid for the wedding?
It was we both paid because it was only like $3,000. We went to like Atlantic City. Ours was like super cheap.
Okay. And who you do, and this is, I'm asking you to be honest here. In your marriage of today, how long y'all been? 20 years?
Yeah, over 20.
Who do you say has the most leverage in this partnership? If they was to walk away, honestly.
Who got more leverage?
If she was to walk, if one of y'all was to walk away right now, I'm just saying, right? Hypothetically. Who would have the most leverage?
I was honestly neither one of us. Because I purposely, honestly, man, and this I'm telling you the truth. I purposely built my relationship because I sat down with my wife because both of our parents were divorced. So I was just like, look, we both this is why I did the 50-50. I'm like, hey, we both contribute. Let's focus on growing. So we're both executives right now, both high earners, sons. We only have one kid, so my son is like 24.
Okay.
And, I made sure that everything was equitable. So our accounts is high enough. So we both walk away with, we're 1%. You know what I'm saying? So there's just no leverage because of the way I built it. And I did it like that on purpose. I was like, because I told her, I was like, hey, anytime, man, you don't want to be here, I don't want nobody that was with me for necessity or convenience. Because I think that's where you're saying, that's where guys lose leverage, when a chick is with them without a necessity, or they're with them out of convenience and stuff like that. So I built it where it's just like, you know, you can walk at any time. You're going to be good. Here it is. And so I never give nobody no leverage in that situation.
Do you have assets?
Yeah, we got assets.
Okay. You got 401k?
Yeah, but so does she. That's what I'm saying. So we're both.
Well, if the judge, no, because, you know, if you, it doesn't just say, like I said, once again, if she delivers you, or she delivers you divorce papers, right? You don't think the judge is going to get in there and divide everything up?
Oh, I already got it. That's what I'm saying. I divided everything from the jump.
Oh, yeah, but the judge.
So that's why I made sure we built, because we always made around. It's weird, man. It just happened where we always made around the same. So I always made sure that we was investing, putting money away. Okay, so we both are pretty financially savvy. So, you know, just by law, we won't. There's nothing that could really happen to me.
Okay, but if the judge gets in, the courts get into it, right? Then you are no longer the arbitrator of these. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they go off by salary and assets. So that's what I'm saying. We're cool with spitting down the middle.
I'm just saying, right? If the courts get in, right, you're no longer the arbitrator of your assets and all this stuff and who gets what. Even though you say
no, that's facts. Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
So, right. And if she goes to them and says, hey, you know, I got trauma, he's this, he's that, you know, make up some shit. And the court side with her, they're going to probably ask her where she wants to live. She's going to go pick some. Probably, let's say y'all have a house right now, right? Together, right?
Yeah.
She's going to get that house. And then you're out of there, right?
Nah, so, they'll force to sell. See, I knew the laws before I went into this. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man. Like,
well, I'm just saying that she's going to get the house, right?
They'll force to sell. Like,
if the judge, if the courts, no, you no longer have this. You have no longer once the divorce papers are signed and she goes to the courts, you are no longer an arbitrator of this agreement anymore.
Well, they only do that like if you had the family or something like that. It's a rare case, but most of the time they're forced to sell.
What I'm saying is,
they got to pay you the equity out of the house.
Everything's going to freeze.
I'm trying to tell you, man. It'll work like that.
No, I'm just letting you know. If the courts take over, I'm not saying this is happening to you, but this is how it goes, right? Let's say, that's just hypothetically, not you, let's say somebody else, right? Wife files they're 50-50 their whole life, right? They got a house together, accounts together, phone, both of y'all got everything pretty much even, right? Now, let's just say she says, you know, I'm not happy. I want out. And she goes to the courts and file that divorce papers, right? Right? The courts then proceeds jurisdiction over all assets and that's including your 401k, everything, right?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
Yes.
But see, where most guys lose is because, man, they got like a stay-at-home wife.
No, not just that.
Or one that's not making much money. So that's where the imbalance happens. I'm telling you, man, that's how it works.
Look at Tom Brady. Look at Tom Brady, right? Because that was worth over $30 million.
Yeah, but he put the clause in the relationship. Like if she stayed with him over a certain amount of years, then she'll get a payout. So that's where he fucked up.
No.
I'll tell you, look at it.
Look, let me break it to you. You gotta let me finish.
But hey, man, I do gotta jump, man, because we gotta go live.
2 more minutes.
Yeah, man, I gotta go, man, because he's waiting.
Okay, two more minutes, and then and we go in and you have a good time. So Garcelle, right? They evened everything out on a financial tip, right? You know, so he didn't have to pay her no money. She didn't get them whatever. But guess what she did later on? She went after his assets. And the only reason why she didn't get those assets, because the assets were not in her name. She put no money in them. That was all Tom's. But what saved him? He put them in his mama's name, and she couldn't touch him. But if those was in his name, he got 5 minutes. If he put it in his name, if he'd have put it in his name, he would have had to divide all that shit up with her. Even though,
man, I'm trying to tell you, man, y'all better look at these laws, man. That's why I'm telling you. Why y'all think I be telling dudes stop messing with broke women? See, Tom could have went after her shit.
No,
because she got what? I think she had a little bit more money than him. But see, what happened is when in these guys' prenups, they always they end up, huh?
I think he's about like 100 million. She's about
he about 100, but she's
about 100.
Let me see.
I think she's like 70 to 100. I think she's
she's like damn near
interest.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Yeah.
400 million. So Tom Brady is like 150 million. So Tom could have took her to the cleaners.
No.
Yes, no. Man, it's all
no, because he didn't get the kids. She got the kids.
Oh, so he
only way you're gonna take her to cleaners.
So his net worth is 300 million.
Right. So I'm saying
so she got 100 million more, but I'm saying like he could have technically got her.
Only way he could do that if he got the kids, and then he would have had to justify to the courts that, oh well, I'm gonna be hardship. Right, you gotta prove hardship now for you to get more money from her. What's up, Nidish? So look at Nidish. I'm Travis Hunter. I ain't married Marlo to no G-Wagon. Stop it. All right. So anyway, right. So what I'm saying is this. Last point, I know you gotta roll. Once the courts take jurisdiction over everything, right? Unless it's in your mother's name or your daughter's name or something other than you, if everything is in you and her name, and she tells the court that she would have nowhere to go, the judge will make a valiant decision on who's going to get that house. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because if the judge says, no, I hope this never happens, she gets to the house, you ain't selling shit. Unless she says, okay, well, y'all don't know, we can sell the house and split it down the middle. But if she says, I want the house because I don't want to go out and have to look and be homeless or this, the courts are going to word that house you're in right now, and you got to get your ass up out of here.
Nah. Hey, how that shit work, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
That's how it goes. But I hope it never happens to you. It looks like you guys are happy. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you guys have a very grow old together.
No, I appreciate that, man. No, you right on a lot of stuff. I just think, man, men they mess with these broke motherfuckers, and
I just think this is what I think, right?
That's what happens, man.
This is what I think. I think that men are trying to at least hold tradition. They ain't trying to turn women into 304s. They ain't trying to be out here buying pussy. They're trying to do it the right way, and they get punished and blamed when she flipped code switches on them, and then men like you say, well, nigga, you should have picked better, or you should have did better vetting. You should have went back, right? So that is a hard ball to roll. But thank you, Mr. Sophistication, for coming.
All right, man. We gotta chop it up some more.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nidish, Finesse up in the building.
I will probably end this show.
When you go live again, man, you be having all them sporadic times. I'll be trying to catch you, man. But
right now, I'm just getting watch hours.
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn, my man need to coordinate some times, get some people up here.
I'm gonna start coordinating. I know what I'm doing. I'm just getting watch hours right now.
Oh, you're getting to watch out? Okay, I'm like, goddamn.
In about 30 after next month, I'm gonna come out with set times, and then you guys know when I come on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we trying to come show you some love, man. You be out here like you on them crackhead hours, man.
I do. I'll be doing.
I'm like, damn, Ruthless going again.
Yeah. I do like 3 of them yesterday. I was impulsive, but get my watch hours up.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna do 24-hour streams, debate stream. I'm doing a lot of debate.
You said 24-hour streams?
I'm gonna do 25 streams, all that stuff in the future.
Damn.
Okay. We're gonna have, various topics. So yeah, I want to trade something like the Fight Club a little bit out of this. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for coming.
All right, no doubt, man. Take care, man. Peace out.
And stay tuned.
Hey, you was wrong this whole live though. I just want to throw that out there before I head out, man. Yeah.
You was wrong as always, but thank you for
a couple good points, but you fucked it up at the end. So
and you lost this battle, of course. All right, Nidish, you trying to pull up? You trying to get smoke with me? You calling me Travis Hunter? Nidish over here talking shit. Oh man, he trying to get some drama. But yeah, listen, that word trauma, if any woman ever tell you she has trauma, hit the road. Leave immediately. Do not, if you're at a dinner date, ask for the bill, split this, say, I'm paying for my meal. I'm not paying for her meal. You blocked her, and you take that L. Because if a woman, if you hear any woman say trauma, you mean that is her go-to, that is her trump card. And she would use it for anything. So thank y'all for coming in. Hit the like and share and subscribe button. Thank you for Finesse Vision for pulling up. Now I will be with you later. You got telling me Travis Hunter. I ain't bought no woman no G-Wagon. I ain't going to buy no woman no G-Wagon. And yeah, thank y'all for coming. Listen, the last thing is, who can check me, boo?